Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long Boys Blues 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post in 1975. Guess what time it is? Well, you know what time it is because you've read the title, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's time for Chinese knockoff tat. Time. Been absolutely ages since I've done one of these. Basically, this was very, very kindly sent to me by a subscriber. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I wish you'd let me name you, but I, fully appreciate. That's your call. But thank you so much. I never ask for anything, and so it really does amaze me the kindness of people out there. But yeah, basically, I was sent some Chinese knockoff tat. I guess you could argue it's a knockoff NEO GEO Mini, even though it doesn't play NEO GEO yet. But clearly it's inspired. The way these things work, isn't it, basically? Chinese knockoff tat is inspired by whatever is the in vogue thing, I guess. So this clearly has taken advantage of the fact that, because the NEO GEO Mini looks like a little arcade cabinet, let's rip it off and make a little arcade cabinet. Anyway, that got away from me. But yeah, so here we go. It's called the Retro Arcade. I have to say the packaging is really nice. So you got your picture of your units on one side. Like I said, it's like a little arcade cabinet, 6 buttons, joystick, start, select. What does it say on there? It's got arrows and it shows you all the sockets on the back. USB port, AV out, or earphone. Well, both, basically, because it will connect to the TV. TF card, so you can put a micro SD card in it, so you can put more ROMs on it. And a power jack, which is weird, because I'm pretty sure I charged this off USB, well, mini USB. And then it says select, start, select, quit, or archive the game. So it's got save states. Then on the side, it's got a picture of a joypad, because it comes with pads, like the NEO GEO. Console, 1 piece, gamepad, 2 pieces, so there's 2 gamepads, AV cable, USB cable, user manual, and then it says Retro Arcade, and there's obviously a little picture on the top. The box, on the side, 64-bit game operating system, 4.3 full view TFT screen, supports arcade. It's not MAME though, supports CP1 and CP2, so that's Capcom basically. And then it's got a Game Boy Advance, Super Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Mega Drive, and NES, games etc. format. Large capacity storage expanded support support TF card. I love that pidgin English. Lossless music picture. Lossless music picture. That's what it says. Supports 26 kinds of languages. And yeah, so it's funny because of all these sort of tat things you get, and I've done a few of them, they always seem to be the 64-bit ones, I should say, those specific formats. Capcom 1 and 2, Game Boy Advance, Super Famicom, Game Boy Color. Whether you can add more to it, I don't know. That might be an update video later on, because if I could put Neo Geo stuff on it, that would be really cool. Now, the box it's really sturdy. Honestly, it's really nice. I love that. I won't do it in case I drop it, but you know what I mean. Listen to this. And then you've got your units inside. So we've got standard AV cable, 1 pad. Now these are funny. Isn't it a cool pad? And it's clear plastic. There's no denying that is cheap as chips. But it's the fact that you've got one. Now, I didn't do this to be like, I don't know, materialistic or anything. I did try and find one of these to see what they go for. Not because I'm not grateful, but just because, for you guys. And they seem to be like, I don't know, 50 to 60 quid. But yeah, so you get 2 pads. So I guess for the price, I mean, they're cheap, obviously, but it means you can do 2-player. Whether one of you can play on the stick, or and the other one on this, I don't know. But obviously I'm guessing these are for when you put it on the TV or whatever. So it's actually pretty well packaged, I will give it that. Now there's another pad. I've undone the plastic cable tie just for the purpose of, well, when I opened it initially when it came in the mail, just because I'm a kid like that, you know, all excited. They do have proper long leads, which is kind of cool. Well, kind of cool. Very, very useful, I would say. And then you've got your little unit, which we'll get to in a moment. And then you've got your user manual. Manual might be too strong a descriptive term for what this is, because it's that. It's basically a fold-out pamphlet, flyer, if you will. One side is Chinese, and the other side is English, and I would read it to you. It's actually quite well made, you know, or printed, I should say. Excuse me, windy popped. I would read it to you, but the thing is, and I've got pretty good eyesight, it's friggin' tiny. But, so, it's in a protective sleeve, which is kind of cool. I have to say I'm really impressed with the packaging. It's really, really sturdy. When it came in the mail, it came in a second box as well. But, yeah, look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's equal and lovely. There's a screen protector on it, so don't think the screen's gone to tits. It's just got a screen protector on it, which I'll probably take off, but not for the purpose of this video. So, anyway. You've got your speaker, it's got a rechargeable battery, which is kind of cool because the NEO GEO, and I know I shouldn't really compare it because the NEO GEO is a, you know, far better made system, but that doesn't have any batteries whatsoever. You've got a rechargeable battery in it that, as I said, I recharged via the mini USB. And so the back of it, you've got two USBs there, which I guess for the pad, TF slot there, and that's your power unit. And then you've got a volume on the side there. Like I said, I mean, I don't know, could I have a go at painting it or something like that? It might be a, you know, a project for another time. But yes, there's Retro Arcade underneath the screen, and then you've got Start Select, an analog stick. I guess I can't complain because, let's be honest, you know, on one of these sort of knockoff units, you're not going to get micro switches, certainly on the buttons as well. But yeah, I have to say, it's not massively heavy, but it does feel like pretty well made. But yeah, the joystick, self-centering, how that plays, I don't know, because like I said, for fighting games and stuff, you would think you would have to play with micro switches. Anyway, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to film it. I'm going to have to film it with my phone. So yeah, basically, how well can I play a game one-handed? I don't know, but let's fire it up and just get a general sort of feel for what it's like. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to review the unit as you know, a handheld unit as such, because that's the reason I would have bought it if I'd known it existed. And if I'd known it existed, I would have bought one, to be honest. Well, having said that, when I know whether it was any good or not. But yeah, so I'm just going to review it as a handheld unit, because let's be honest, the reason this thing exists is for the sort of novelty of a little mini arcade cabinet, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, you can plug it into the TV, which is all well and good and cool and stuff, but I mean, it's a mini arcade cabinet, isn't it? It's a tabletop. That's like, I mean, if I had one of these when I was a kid, I would have shat my pants. Anyway, let's have a look at it. Turn it on, go through some of the games, and see what's hunky-dory about it. Now, I do apologise for the shaky cam, but this is, well, I don't have a tripod, and even if I did, I don't know if I could get it in shot. But yeah, so let's fire it on. As I said, there's a power button at the back. Oh, LED light. And there we go. So I'm assuming it's going to have your standard sort of, you know, knockoff Chinese tat interface. Yeah, it's like the other two, well, they're the 3, 4 ones I got, where you have icons at the top that aren't specific to, you know, like every one of those is not the same format or ROM type, if you know what I mean. There'll be Capcom, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, SNES, all mixed in there. So that's kind of cool. But the hunk of the cool stuff what we're interested in is at the bottom. Now you got your settings there. I think it's actually in Chinese, and because everything's in Chinese, I don't actually know how to put it back into English. But that's something I can look up. So what's this? Okay, so you got music, picture. Oh, save files go in there. Picture. Why you would want to browse pictures on this or use it as a picture viewer, I don't know. But, I mean, obviously, I can tell you now the screen is really, really, really nice. But you're not going to get the sort of, you know... I'm not going to justify it by the way I'm capturing it. But you can take it from me. The screen is really, 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 really nice. Right, back, forward, back. There we go, back. Right, so that's kind of cool. So that would be picture viewer there. And then... Ollie Murs, I don't know, I do know I don't like him. I like her a lot less, Lady Gaga. Yeah, try hard and Cheap Thrill. I'm not going to play any of them because of copyright, but so it'll play. I mean, how well it will sound because it's just got that for a speaker, I don't know. But hey, you got an earphone jack, and also that means you can plug external speakers. I don't know, maybe put it into a little cabinet itself. You know, I'm raising that to suggest that there's a bass on it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and then, so here, there's a control pad. And then you got... There you go. Right, like I said, that's because it's in Chinese, but... Bass, materials... I don't know what that does. Oh, there you go. That's your extension card. Obviously, there isn't one in it at the moment. It's high capacity, so I'm assuming it probably takes, you know, up to, I don't know, 16 gig. But anyway, but that'll, like I said, that'll be interesting. Maybe a video for another time where I do connect it to the TV. But see, if you can, obviously you can add ROMs to it, but could you add an emulator to it? I don't know. I mean, let's find out how well they run what's on it first. But anyway, arcade, so that would be Capcom, Game Boy Advance, Super Famicom, Mega Drive, Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy. Right, let's have a quick look at arcade. Right, now I'm going to go up. So there's 48 games on there. And as you can see, they're all... Oh, Strider, here's... they're all, obviously, Capcom. Let's have a look at that. Hey, boots up like a proper ROM. That's actually really, really cool. Whether or not I can play it one-handed remains to be seen. Sounds right. I mean, don't forget that the speaker's on the bottom and it's sat on a carpet. That sounds a bit funky though. Right, let's go. Sounds a bit flaky. It seems to move quite well. Doesn't seem to be dropping frames or anything. Like I said, I'm not just doing the screen justice, you know, by the way I'm capturing. But, take it from me, it looks amazing. Doesn't sound so good. Exit? Yeah. So both start and select takes you back to the menu. Let's have a look. What's in here? Else is in there. Sorry. Oh, Willow. Pang. Pang? Was that Capcom? I don't think it was. Maybe there is more stuff in here, but I mean, I'm just based on the fact that it says CPS 1 and 2 on the side of the box, so maybe there are other things in it, I don't know. If you haven't seen Willow, you need to sort your life out. It's an absolutely amazing movie. There we go. Ooh, that's quite loud. Oh, no, that's going up. I've just turned it down, but... The sound seems... It's not by any means terrible, but... Seems quite weak. It's quite low as well now. That's down to me, but... Look at me rocking it one-handed style. Looks lovely. Like I said, there's no frame dropping or anything like that. I've only played 2 games, but... And I have played this game before, so, you know, I'd be able to tell. Right, let's have a look at something else. See if there's a Street Fighter game on here. King of Dragon, Capcom World, Aliens vs Predator, Street Fighter... Oh, there you go. Street Fighter New Challenges. If it can run this properly, I'll be very, very impressed. And happy as a pig in shit. Mainly because this is my favourite all-time Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2. Boring random fact, my favourite version of Street Fighter 2 is actually the 3DO version. I know. Right. Right. Yeah, the sound is by no means terrible. It would appear to be the weak link. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if I didn't have it on the carpet. Yeah, Street Fighter one-handed, that's going to happen, isn't it? Oh, one-handed fireball. The joystick's really, really nice. Right, this. Yeah, like I said, the sound would be the weak link, but it plays really well. One-handed, he says. Sexy. Look at me concentrating, trying to win one-handed. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed. Like I said, the screen, I'm not doing it justice, but it's really nice. Yay, get some of that in your life, Van Damme, if that is your real name. Ooh. Very, very impressed. I mean, it can run Street Fighter. That bodes well. So that would suggest then I could... Come on, I just want to win. Put other ROMs on it. Emulators on it. That's really, really impressive. Right. Exit. So, yeah, I mean, well, let's go back. Sorry. Have a look at some other systems. Game Boy Advance. See if it. Let's see. Lots of stuff like the knockoff ones can't actually seem to run Super Famicom games properly for some reason. Music-wise, I should say. Rockman 7. Right. I don't know. Yeah, it seems to be an emulation-wise. I mean, obviously not on Raspberry Pis and stuff like that. But these knockoff emulation machines, they seem to have a problem with the. Well, there's a problem with the arcade music, but always seem to have a problem with Super Famicom music. It's quiet. Right. Mega Man 7. Can this thing go any faster? Oh, get out and walk then. The music sounds awesome. If you could let me skip though, that would be Jim Dandy. So that would be how you do the save states then, wouldn't it? Okay, you're boring me. Let's have a go at something that's isn't going to take 4 months to skip through the intro. Donkey Kong. Skip, skip, skip to the end. To be fair, the speaker's pretty good. Skip, skip, skip. Boring random fact. Not a fan of this game. I know. Sacrilege. Probably because I was on my PlayStation at this point. Ah, rare. That looks pretty cool. Yay! Darwin would be proud. See what I did there? Yeah, it seems to be a really, really pretty decent, competent Super Famicom emulator, or SNES. Right, so cool. Let's have a look at something else. Back. Oh. Right, Mega Drive. I guarantee it won't do the sound on this. Sonic 3D Blast. Virtual Fighter versus Tekken. Yeah, that's so. It's got hooky ROMs then. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Skip, skip, skip to the end. How does is it set up for 6 buttons though? Right. Sounds alright actually. Like I said, that's just the label coming up there. There's nothing actually wrong with the screen. Yes! It's set up for 6 buttons. I would hope so. Plays really well. Like, as in, again, there's no frame dropping or anything, so... Wow, let's just go through quickly through them before this video gets stupidly long. I really do need to find a way to... Well, let's see what Game Boy looks like. Well, the ROMs obviously are named like this in English anyway, but yeah, I really need to find a way to get the English setting up. Double Dragon. Does that mean is that the actual size of a Game Boy screen? Oh, I can tell you now, the sound is ass. Right, well, this is just a sort of general going over, you know, thing like that. I might do an update, well, I will do an update video, because I will let you know if I can put ROMs, or emulators on it, and I want to see what it runs like on TV, in which case I will, well, actually, do you know what? Give me a second. Let's try it with a pad. Right, we'll just do this off the title screen. Yeah, this might be a bit awkward. Like I said, they're cheap, obviously. Oh, we'll go with the A-10 Tank Killer. It was my favourite G.I. Joe plane. Oh. There's no, sort of, every time you put a different ROM on, the volume, there's not like a preset across all of them. Hey! Good start. Attacking from the rear, that's not cricket. So yeah, you know what? It ain't gonna win any awards for the pad, but then what do you expect? It's Chinese knockoff tat. Anyway, let's round up. So, first impressions. Like I said, this is basically... Ooh. Wow, it's loud when it's not on the carpet. Yeah, this was just, you know, a pretty hands-on, you know, quick little overview of this system. But like I said, you can't, you know, the way I'm capturing this is not doing it justice, but the screen is really nice, and just for sort of a quick play around, I'm actually really impressed. Like I said, I will probably do another video. Well, I will do another video when I connect it to the TV, but you know, it's intended as a tabletop unit, so that's why I did this video, just, you know, as a little kind of tabletop unit. That got away from me, but yeah, build quality is actually quite good. You know, it's not micro switches, like I said, but the joystick plays really well. And I only played a few games, but I can tell you from the Street Fighter arcade that, you know, it appears to, like, it doesn't drop any frames or anything like that. It actually appears to emulate it pretty spot on. So yeah, thank you so much to the person who sent this to me. I really do appreciate it. That's awesome. And yeah, I really like it. Like I said, it was just a quick play around and everything like that, but I am actually really quite impressed with it. So it will be interesting to see once I fire it up to the TV and have a play around with the SD card and see if I can, sorry, Windy Pops, get some, you know, ROMs and maybe emulators. I don't know about that. I haven't actually looked online, so, you know, don't spoil it for me. But yeah, really quite impressed. The retro arcade. I'm going to call it the retrocade. But yeah, awesome. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.